Hey, what's up out there? Got some comics. Go figure. I bought some comics. So, check them out. I got right here in front of you Todd, the ugliest kid on earth, 1 through 4. And I had heard some good things about this, about the writing, but I hadn't read them yet. I hadn't read them when I purchased them. And I think they were talking about a TV show for this. And I gotta say, I hope they continue, or they bring back the talks about it, because this book is really funny. The artwork in it's awesome. The story, the way it's written, it's really cool. The kid, Todd, he's kind of oblivious to the world around him, and it creates some really funny situations. I really like this book. I got these for $35, I think, 1 through 4, with the second prints of 1 and 2. And not too long ago, I mean, this book was probably going for $50 for number 1, but it must have come down a little bit. So I would suggest picking these up if you can find them at a good price, because I really like this book. I think it's, like I said, if they do something with TV, I could really see like FX picking it up and doing like a show like Archer, in that kind of sense, and doing it animated. I think it'd be really popular, but we'll see. Alright, next up, I went to a Comic-Con and ran into the YouTuber Merson out there, so that was pretty cool. We don't live that far apart. It's cool to meet him. Kind of showed each other our books. That was where he got his All-Star Western book from. So let me show you what I got there. I'll kind of start with, this isn't necessarily the order I got them in, but let's see here. I got Beware. I don't have bags for these yet, so I'm going to have to kind of stand them up here. Beware the Batman #1. This is it was an animated series. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's still on TV or not. The comic itself has been canceled, I believe. So pick it up. I got it for $1. It may be something down the line that people will want to have. DC Superstars. So this was one dealer. I went through his dollar stuff. DC Superstars presents #1, Teen Titans, and I was surprised this thing was $1. It's in like super awesome shape. It didn't even have a bag or anything, and I mean, it's surprising. The corners are still sharp, but I was actually really surprised when I got home and looked it up. It's not really worth that much, so go figure. Rom #1. I actually had this book. I got it in a lot with other stuff, and I sold it, and it's kind of picked back up. This actually is not as good as the copy that I had, but for $1, I'll take that. And you know what I say, you always got to check, just search the boxes. You know, sometimes you'll see runs of books and you'll think, well, that one book won't be in there, but you always got to check. And I found that one in the Spectacular Spider-Man run, number 64, First Cloak and Dagger. Got that for $1. It's a really nice copy. I spent 18 to 20 bucks on one recently for a near mint one, and got that one for $1. So I was pretty happy about that. Alright, next dealer that I went to, he had a lot of newer issues, probably we'll say like 6 months old or less, and they were all $2. And when I walked into the show, I said, don't walk around to see what everybody has, don't stop and go through stuff. But I get the itch when I see those $1, $2 boxes, and I stopped at a booth and went through them, and this guy was the last booth I went to, and he didn't have any Manifest Destiny, and I said, did you have any? And he said, oh yeah, I sold them out earlier, somebody bought them all. So I was kind of mad, because if I just would have went to this guy first, I would have been able to get some Manifest Destiny for $2. But I still got some other good stuff. Raccoon's #1. I haven't read this yet, but I heard people kind of like the story. It's kind of vulgar, I guess. It's got these women rat queens, so it's actually starting to catch on a little bit. It's probably $5. I guess you could get Dead Body Road #2. This is an okay book. It's on issue 4 or 5 now. I've only read up through 2 or 3. We'll see. It's also another book that some people are starting to like. This one, Deadly Class, I would definitely suggest picking this up. Rick Remender. It's also starting to heat up. And then, of course, gotta pick these up when you see them for this cheap. Saga 13 and one of the newer ones, 18. Got those for $2 each. Cheaper than Cover. I mean, you gotta get those. And I'm surprised to find this. 881 Detective, the last issue of Detective Comics. And I didn't even know. This is a... J. Scott Campbell's real hot right now, but so is also Francisco Francavilla, and I didn't even notice that. Scott Snyder story, Francisco Francavilla artwork, who does, you know him more, I mean, he's starting to heat up a lot. Does a lot of variant covers, does really nice horror stuff like Afterlife with Archie covers. But this book, surprised to get it for $2 because it's probably, it's not really selling too well now. 880, the Joker cover is pretty hot, around $20. This one is probably worth about 15, but it may not be selling for that much right now. Still a great book. And he also had these, which the 75th anniversary Amazing Spider-Man variants. I got these for $4 each. 601, 603, really cool cover. 640, which I showed you this one before, the Women of Marvel variant. I really like that book right now. And then 641, Mary Jane. So, I felt those were some good deals. What else? Alright, I got a ton of stuff. This was a different booth. Uncanny X-Force #5 for $4. It's probably... the Uncanny X-Force, the first series, you can probably get, well, they're going for about, let's say, $70 for the run. And I showed you 4 before, which was the Death of Apocalypse. Just threw some of these in. I was trying to get the price up to $10. This guy, he had one book, which I'll show you in a minute, that I wanted. But this was $1.50. Just some Amazing Spider-Mans that I didn't have yet, and really nice condition, and a couple Scarlet Spiders. So I figured to get those. And this was the one that I started wanting. Marvel Premiere Ant-Man #48, the second Scott Lang Ant-Man. I think I got this for about $4.50 or so. He had it marked as a fine, but it's all the corners are really sharp. I really don't see anything wrong with it. It doesn't have any spine stresses. I mean, I had to pick it up. Staples are still, they're not rusted or anything, so that's a cool book. Gotta hang on to that one for a little bit. Wait to see what the movie does. Okay, another booth. Well, whatever, I got that for $1. Batman 457, the first Jason Todd as Robin. Alpha Flight #1, nothing special. Another book, I don't have it in the stack, but I got Omega Men 3 for, actually this was 50 cents, so was Omega Men 3, First Lobo. Alright. This guy had stuff at half off. I got a New Teen Titans 21 and 22, Brother Blood, first and second appearance. Finally started catching up on Arrow, and I'm probably about 3-4 episodes behind the current, but start to see Brother Blood and how much of a major character he is on the show. So that's a pretty cool book to look for. Got those for $2.50 each. This is a really cool book. Doctor Who, Marvel Premiere #57. The first American comic book appearance of Doctor Who. $4. And I actually passed up on the first time because I wasn't really sure what it was worth. I knew it was a good book to have, but I went over to another guy's table and he had it on his wall for $20. So I went back to that guy and said, okay, I'll take that for $4. I got a Avengers 162 Ultron. Good book to have just for that, but it is also the first appearance of Jocasta, the Bride of Ultron. So that's a cool book. What else did I get? Alright, let's clear some of these out. So this next guy, $2 a book or 3 for $5. New Warriors #1. I'm gonna pick that up for $2. Green Arrow #1. I think this would be the second Green Arrow solo series. You see the mini-series? I believe it's the second. Resurrection Man #1, the first print. District 12 Comics talked about that one in a recent video. Fantastic Four 205, first Nova Corps. And they are starting to release some of the images from the new Avengers movie, and they got some images of the Nova Corps guys. So that book could definitely pick up. One I showed you before, which I hope you've been out there grabbing, Marvel Spotlight 6, and also got a 7, first Star-Lord in comics. And this book is kind of all over the place, but I've seen 6 go for as much as like $40. But I mean, it depends what grade it's in. People really want the high grades, because much like this book was, it was put in dollar boxes for never to be found again, and condition didn't end up being that good. And then I also got Avengers 181, the first appearance of Scott Lang, who later becomes Ant-Man. And it's not in great shape. It's kind of hard to see on here, but it's got like some, it's just kind of dirty cover. Spine isn't great, but he had 6 on it, and I said, we take 3 for this, and he said yeah. So happy to get that for $3. Alright, one from this guy. I got this book I had been looking for a while, to try and get one in nice condition for a good price, and pretty happy with the price on this. It looks like, I don't know if the staple pulled through on that or not, but anyway, Justice League 184, it's a Dark Side story. 183 and 84 are Dark Side stories, which are fairly sought after right now. So I got this one for $2.50, which was a really good deal. Plus it's really cool cover. And this was the last guy that I went to, and most of these are going to be dollar books. I just got this one because it's really creepy. Shazam #6. Just look at this cover. First of all, it's got the photos on there. Remember I showed you some of those other books that have photos on the cover? This book is just weird though. I don't know. I guess it's just creepy, like the children look possessed or something. Uncanny 153 for $1. I'll take that. I got some Free Comic Day books. I mean, these aren't, who knows if these will ever be worth a decent amount, but they're probably $5. I got Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Walking Dead, Free Comic Book Day, and Ultimate X-Men. Winter Soldier #1 for $1. Of course, I had to pick this up for $1. Omega Man 3, First Lobo, and Batman #14, which is a pretty cool cover. I like that. $1. And then I also picked this up, Star Wars #68 for $5. I believe the significance of this, obviously it's got a Boba Fett cover, which is really cool. I believe this is his second appearance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 42 I believe is his first appearance. Dark Horse actually has already reprinted this book with the same cover, so it's a pretty significant book, and $5. I mean, you can't pass that up. So that was all I got at the comic show. see if I can get through some of these other ones. These are from my local comic shop. You've seen me get some decent stuff out of their bargain bins before. These were 25 cents. Waterloo Sunset. Don't really know much about it, but it was a bound book, so I figured for a quarter, I'll check that out. Marvel Comics Presents 109. Nothing big except that it has Thanos in it. Age of Ultron 10. First Angela and Marvel, that was 50 cents. Voice in the Dark #1, 50 cents. Let's see here. Saviors 1 and 2. I don't know anything about that book. Alex and Ada. Been wanting to read this book, but I haven't got around to it yet. It's an Image book. #1 for $1. Satellite Sam #1 and Zero #5. And I also got this. I really like this cover. Solar #46. This was a quarter, I think, too. Cool book. Let's get to the good stuff, though. Come on now. Alright, this one, just paid cover price. Moon Knight #1. People are really liking this book. I would suggest picking it up. I might grab a couple more if I can find it. It pretty much sold out at stores. I like this story. I'm really interested to see where they go with it. I read it, and I really liked it. They still had a Manifest Destiny #4 at cover, so I had to grab that. Amazing Spider-Man 403 Carnage cover. It's pretty. I got it for $3. It's probably a $8 book. All right, here's some of the real goodies. Now this is not in great shape. They actually had it as a fair for $2.50. In my opinion, it's a little bit better than that. But this is the first solo book of Moon Knight, Marvel Spotlight #28, and Moon Knight is really starting to catch on. I would, just as of recent, it could be because of the relaunch of his title, but Moon Knight has a good little niche, and he's an older character, so his books are worth a little bit more. And this book has seen a little bit more attention to it lately. So I was happy to get that for $2.50. Another one in that same realm, Strange Tales 178, which is the start of the Warlock series of Strange Tales. This was a good for $3. You can see it's got a subscription crease there, so it's not really another one. It's not really in great shape, but it's a hot book, more or less. Now this one is a hot book that is in near mint. $4 for Ultimate Spider-Man 152. It's got the J. Scott Campbell cover, Catwoman. Can't beat that. And another one that I usually pick up if I can find these things in decent condition. This is a super hard book to find in near mint. Marvel Spotlight 32, First Spider-Woman. I paid, I think, $8 for it, and he had it listed as like a very good to find, maybe. So, good one to pick up for sure. Look for it in high grade. Alright. Couple more stacks here. Quickly. This was a flea market. Amazing Spider-Man 503, $2. This is the first appearance of Loki's daughter. I forget what her name is off the top of my head. She only has 3 appearances in comics, so I doubt she'll ever be significant, but still a cool book. Amazing Spider-Man #30, which is number 471 in continuity. The J. Scott Campbell cover. I think this might be his first Spider-Man cover. Really cool book. $2. Plus that's a tough one because of a white cover. And then I also got 22. Like, I think it starts around 19 to up to 30. The print run on these was kind of small. This is like late 90s when they scaled back all the print runs after they had been going through the roof. And this is just a cool cover. Cool book. Superman Arkham run. This is Superman #160. There's like 5 covers where they're flipped like this. I showed you the Emperor Joker one before. Got that for $2. Alright. Hulk 272. This has a, if you don't know, this has a Rocket Raccoon appearance, kind of his second appearance in comics. And I got this for $3, but when I got home I saw that when I took it out, it's got some damage. It's probably not even worth $3, but definitely put this on your radar and get it. You can probably still find that. 271, you know, it's gone through the roof. Over $100 book. Civil War 337, $5, first Beta Ray bill. Not in the best condition. It's got some wear along the edge here. I still think it's worth $5 though. It's a good book to have. And another good one, Uncanny 221. I paid $5. First Mr. Sinister, and that one's in great shape. And that actually has a white. This one you definitely want to check for in a store. I would ask to take it out of the bag because the back cover is white and there's a good chance it could be dirty, but this one was not. And this one definitely radar book, super radar. First Carnage, Amazing Spider-Man 361. It says 8 on there, but he actually only charged me 5. And this thing is, besides it's got a bad wrap, manufacturing wrap. You can see that it doesn't line up straight. But definitely get this. This book is really starting to heat up again. It's probably $20 to $30 book right now. Alright, let's see here. Cap number 6. I got that. Moon Knight number 6. Mark Spector Moon Knight with the Stephen Platt cover. The last issue of the Mark Spector Moon Knight series. I got this and 2 of these Captain America number 6 for $30, shipped from Canada. So that was a really good deal. Captain America number 6, you know, his first Winter Soldier. New movie, almost out. Check this book out. Really cool book. Flash 92, the first appearance of Kid Flash, aka Impulse. And this one is awesome because it's a DC Universe edition, which are super hard to find. I paid $7 for that thing shipped. Really happy about that. Maybe some other time I'll talk about that DC Universe. Just a couple more quick books. Action 894. This has an appearance of Death in it. Death from Sandman. And another book that's starting to heat back up again, Black Science. This is issue number 2, the second print. I paid, I don't know, like $4 for that. So, cool. Alright, thanks for watching. Sorry I drag on so long, but hope you saw some stuff that you're going to look for and keep trolling those dollar boxes.